Well, it's similar in the way I sort of define community with one word: support. Right? It's having people, individuals, resources, things, whatever. But as long as you feel supported and you don't feel alone, I think that is community, and that's what one thing we offer, right? And I guess what makes us a little bit different, like you mentioned earlier, what's a mentor, consultant, advisor, is that I think a consultant, you pay them to actually do the work for you, right? Our individuals, you don't really pay them, they're advisors. I tell entrepreneurs, think of us as your free advisory board. Is someone who you can bounce ideas off of, problems that your business is facing. And that individual, you can guarantee that they've been vetted, they have experience in the industry, they've either sold businesses before, are investors in their own right, sort of been around the block a few times, that you can feel confident that whatever issue you are facing with your business, they've done it before and they've solved it, right?
Because I know that founders and young people often are taken advantage of. And the SBDC is a safe place where you can go and know that these advisors are experts and they're not going to take advantage of you.
There's, they're called sharks for a reason, right? And then a lot of people, especially in Silicon Valley, a lot of people will promise you something, connections, mentoring, being your advisor, but obviously for a percentage of your company or a fee that you may not be at a position where you could afford. That's where the SBDC comes in, right? Where it's, like I mentioned, it's all free, no cost. We do actually have a story. When I was managing a similar organization called Tech Futures Group, we helped a researcher out of Sandia National Lab. They were doing some microfluidic technology where they were actually taking, they stuck in the male fertility sector. We helped them with SBIR grants, phase 1, phase 2. We helped them get private investment, and now they're selling sort of nationwide in Walgreens and whatnot. And when it comes to, like you just mentioned, SBIR, the path of money is, so the SBIR, for those that don't know, stands for Small Business Innovation Research Grants that the U.S. government provides the private sector. So every 3-letter agency throws money into this bucket. It allows private entrepreneurs, individuals to solicit for that, right? For example, the Department of Energy may have a problem that they need a solution with, or they are looking for the private sector for a solution. You may have a technology, a product, an idea that says, hey, I can solve that. And then you go through the grant application process and try to solicit for those funds. There's 2 phases. Phase 1 is $250,000. And then that's usually for like research and development. And then phase 2 is your commercialization money, which is $1.5 million. All that money is non-dilutive, is free. In California, if you are a solo entrepreneur, you go after SBIR funding, you have a 15% hit rate. With our help, is 50%.